This film will give you a little bit of an idea of some of the things that we did when we were away from the flight line, back in the company area where we lived and where we did the things that entertained us. First off, we're going to have a view of a barbecue that we did in the maintenance department. This is set up between the barracks. Um, I'm going to zoom in here and show you three of my good friends, John Briggs, Ken Alabama Avant, and Gary Morgan. You can see here that we've got in the barbecue, we've got things, lots of people around. As we're panning through, Gary sees me and starts pointing at me. There's my three pals again. Everyone there is cooking and waiting for their food. We have on the right and the left here in this area is where the two maintenance barracks are, where all of the aircraft mechanics lived. You'll see sandbags all over the place. There's sandbags to protect people inside. There's a bunker in the back. There's sandbags up on the roof to hold everything down. There's rows of barracks here, and you'll be able to see in the background there's the water tower. Again, you'll be able to see the sand all over the place here. Everywhere that we didn't have the pierced steel planking, otherwise known as PSP, that we used for sidewalks, everything was sand. It was difficult to kind of walk around in it. There's my friend John. He and I actually visited together and went on a canoe trip together after we were in the Army. He was really the only person that I knew in the Army that I saw later on. Now you can see in the background some guys playing basketball. The basketball court was a late addition to the company area. When we first got there, there was essentially no recreational items like that. It was just a bunch of sand around. There's the bunker in the background in case you needed to get out of the way of a mortar attack. And again, that's the enlisted men's EM club in the back, and you can see air conditioning in the walls. That's one of the only air conditioned buildings in the whole company area. Coming up here is my friend Steve Hutchinson. He was my second roommate. Hardly anybody knew him as what his real name was. He was just Turtle to almost everyone. This film was probably shot in early 1969, just before or after I went on special leave. The next segment here of film is shot in the latter part of 1969. First you can see the hooch maids doing the laundry between the barracks. Here we've frozen and shown that the enlisted men's barracks along the left, you can see that people have made their own embellishments with walls and fences and so forth. Then down on the end, if you went straight through there, you would find the motor pool on the way on the end. Now we're going to go by the theater where there's seating there, and then you'll see the back of the screen. There we have the water tower, and the showers right near the water tower. There we have the hangar in the background and the NCO barracks. And then following that, when we go pan to the right, we're going to see the EM club. You'll notice that the bunkers are now gone from there. They were moved later on, and concrete bunkers were put on the other side. We're going to keep panning around past this deuce-and-a-half truck, and we're going to go to the supply room. And at the end of the supply room is a bunker where they stored the munitions. This is the guy, I'm not really sure, can't remember his name, but he's going over the supply room. And again, you'll be able to see the back of the supply room. We have a view of the patio that was built between the two maintenance barracks and one of the hooch maids who's sitting there. We were able to have this patio built because one of the guys that was in our barracks happens to be the company scrounger. You can see there that we have electric lights and running water. We had the only barracks, enlisted men's barracks in the company that had running water because he was able to scrounge all of those supplies. You'll be able to see also the hooch maids doing the laundry in the background there. And one of the other ones, we had banana trees parked there. Here's the mess hall. We're looking now from a different view on top of the basketball court. There's an area in between there going to the company headquarters, where we're zooming in right now to the back door of the company headquarters. We now have a view of a guy that I can't remember his name driving away in a 3/4-ton truck through the middle of the company area. And we're going to have another guy who I can't remember his name coming out of the mail room. That's the mail room in the back. And there's the officers' barracks behind that with the concrete around them to protect them. The guys are disappearing now. And then we're going to get into some more panning back across the officers' clubs, the mail room, and now coming up again to the company headquarters. Here we see some of the maintenance guys trying to throw a small balsa wood airplane. Um, just kind of screwing around there. You can see it's probably taken about the same time as the other film before this. You can see the supply room and the EM club in the background. There are some of the probably the entertainment going into the EM club. That was and probably an MP with them, escorting him in and out. And here we have the hooch maids again doing the laundry. It's kind of interesting here. They're doing this, working on the weight bench. It isn't obvious that that's what it is, but there's a bench there where you lay down, and then there's this giant barbell that was made with pipe, some concrete, and some metal buckets to put the thing together. And they're using it as a place to do the laundry. There's another bench in the back, and the thing is covered, and it was, again, one of those things that was made as things went by and people had access to more different kinds of construction materials.